What's up, Fed Nation? Rich Malachy back for another Fed Chat, episode 9. And I have a very, very special guest with me today. This is Geraldine Figueroa. She's service manager at Malachy Parts Service here in New Jersey. So I'm going to let her just introduce herself, tell everyone a little bit about you, where you're from, what you do. Take it away, young lady.
Hi, I'm Geraldine. I've been with Malachy for, it's going to be 8 years next month. I'm the service manager. I am a mom of 3. My husband is also a technician at Malachy. He's been there about 6 years, 6 or 7 years, I think. And I'm in Bayonne, where Malachy's also at. I'm literally 5 blocks away, so I can never be late. I
Right,
can't lie.
right, that's right. So, yeah, I thought it would be cool to kind of get a Malachy team member on one of these Fed chats so we could talk about the stuff going on here in New Jersey,
Mhm.
kind of life as we see it here in this particular market, because things are different all over the country. From California to the Midwest, a lot of people are really still working, especially at full force.
Yes.
We are not. So,
No.
let's go back to the beginning when this all started. Our thoughts prior to this really spiraling out of control. We go back to, what was it, like maybe just before the New York restaurant show, when things really started to happen. I mean, what were your thoughts as this began to happen?
Honestly, I thought it was just social media blowing it up. I'm like, nah, that would never happen. You would never think in this lifetime you would be walking around with masks. Would be like everybody's like, so I'm a very affectionate person. So now it's like when I see somebody, it's like if I do see that person, because you don't even see nobody, it's like everything's like far away. Everybody's so scared to be close to one another. It was like, I see a lot of like comments and memes like we went to sleep and we woke up in a different world. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
Like we joked around, we're like, oh, that's never gonna happen, oh, we'll not. But as the numbers started increasing, I'm like, okay. And then when it started affecting around me, I have family members that have it. I lost family members.
yeah,
So then it's like, wow, this is real. And then when you like your job, once like everything started happening with work, I'm like, okay, like we it's
yeah.
the distant. Even going to the supermarket. I went to the supermarket today. Like it's
Crazy,
so scary. It's like
different.
food. Like I don't know how is it out in the Midwest or anything. Like there's hardly any food on the shelves. Like
Yeah, it's
it's
the shelves
getting
are bare.
scary.
Did you go to ShopRite?
Yeah, I went to shop right.
Yes, I went to ShopRite on Monday, and they have the line outside, and they're regulating the amount of people in the store, which is a great thing at this point because the
Mhm.
lines were so out of control. I
Mhm.
would literally stand online for over an hour just to check out. At least
Yeah.
they're regulating it now. You can't. You gotta go in with a mask,
Yes.
and they have disinfectant wipes wiping down your cart. And
Mhm.
with the limited amount of people, we could actually get in 20 minutes, go around, get our stuff, jump online, and get out of there quick. So I mean, the way they're regulating it is, I thought it was being done pretty well.
Yeah, in the beginning, like I was scared because in the beginning nobody was prepared for this. Nobody thought that what to do. You don't This is first time ever. Nobody knew what to do, what's the right thing, what's not the right thing. Like we still don't know what's the right thing. We don't know what tomorrow brings. We don't know what next brings. We're living not even day to day. I feel like we're living hour to hour.
Yeah.
Be here in New Jersey, we get a lot of stuff on News 12,
Yep.
and the numbers are increasing. The deaths, the people infected, people on ventilators, people dying. What I really don't like is they don't post the people that I did beat this.
Well, there's
They
there's there's a lot of positives, and
Yes,
people do better.
yes, and I feel like right now we need more positivity than negative, because we it's negative. This is a negative thing in our life right now.
Yeah.
So
Which is why
I
we
feel
have to do our best to pull the positives out.
exactly.
Instead of looking to the news and it could beat us down. Keep watching the same thing. I mean, I
Mhm.
have the news. I don't have the news on at all, really. I get my news on my phone from different platforms and stuff, but I'm not consuming myself with it. And things. I think here, from what I've been watching and seeing and looking at the numbers, I think we're kind of flattening the curve a little here. because I see the numbers today on Worldometer don't look like they have, unless they haven't updated it yet, doesn't look like there's really many new numbers or new cases right now. So
Yeah, it's just, before it was like big increases, but now I feel like it's like little bit like, you know.
and that's because we're staying home. So that's
Yes.
the thing. Like
Yes.
you see across the country, it's different. But again, here, there's people still congregating and getting together and doing things, and it's just sad to see that people are not taking this serious. But I am hopeful again. I'm positive. I've been saying that we're going to come out of this bigger, better, and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But talking service, right? We're a service company,
Mm-hmm.
and you are on that board like
Yes.
24/7 practically before this
Mm-hmm.
happened. And right now, we're kind of at a standstill, but we are
Super
still
safe
working
still.
on, you know, where we're usually running 13, 14 techs, everyone doing 4, 5, 6 calls a day, and
Mm-hmm.
going from that to a couple of guys just running on emergencies. So what are you seeing on the emergency call spectrum, and who are the customers, like C-stores, supermarkets, right?
It's just, yeah, supermarkets, really supermarkets,
Convenience
no more
stores.
inconvenience stores. That your usual like McDonald's and fast food, they all declined. I've spoke to a lot of them. They're also, they have to watch their bank flow. So I guess they're doing their stuff. They're holding off. That's what they're telling me. They're like, no, we're good. Thank you for reaching out to us. It's nothing with you, but we're just running a tight ship. Like everybody's doing. Everybody's
Yeah,
everybody's running a tight ship. Everybody's watching what they're doing.
yeah.
And also with the limited people in the location also,
Oh yeah.
because remember, they don't know where, nothing. I don't take nothing in offense or anything. They don't know where a technician has been. They
No,
also gotta be careful who they're letting in.
exactly. They're limiting people, into their kitchens outside of their staff. I mean, they want to make sure their plane is safe too, which is understandable.
Yeah.
But it does put us, you know, in that position where it's like, damn, we were booming, we were running, we were growing, things were happening, and then it's like, boom, everything's at a halt. But I posted on LinkedIn about setbacks. Um, sometimes in life and business we all have setbacks, and there's different things.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, you emerge at it from those things and better things come of it. So, coming from that mindset of, if we can flip the switch, and it's not always easy to flip that switch, but if we continually, say things are going to be great when this happens, because I think, and we've talked, I think it's going to be insane. The
Oh.
demand is going to be so crazy. We're going to be pulling hair out. Like, we're not going to know what to do. I could hear you saying, Rich, I got a big problem. I can't get to this, and this. They're calling me, Rich, please, what are we going to do with this? And I could hear us like trying to figure it all out in the future. Are you ready for the onslaught of calls?
I think for being home and not that rush, like I missed that rush. So I'm waiting for it. I might beat myself up later, but I'm waiting for that rush because I know it's gonna happen. I'm preparing, I'm preparing myself. But I think it is gonna happen. People remember, it's sad to say, but it's like a punishment. We're on punishment. So when you're let off of punishment, you're gonna go crazy, and that's what's gonna happen. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, the outside world back to normal." Everybody just wants to go back to normal, and I don't think a lot of people are not gonna know how to handle it.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. I mean, thinking about like our customers, like McDonald's or you have the chain accounts. You have Chipotle's out there. You have Qdoba's. We have the Applebee's. We have all these different
Mhm.
places that are still kind of operating, but they're not operating like this. They're operating like this. And this is silly putty. Don't ask me why I have silly putty in my hand.
I thought it was
Okay.
gum.
No, I bought silly putty at Walmart the other day. Shout out to Taz, Walmart. Got this at Walmart. But they're operating from here. Now they're operating here. So some of this equipment is probably shut down and not even in use. I mean, when they go to turn fryers back on that have been sitting, pumps and motors. I mean, how many pump and motor jobs are we going to see because things are just caked up and not being used? And
Yeah.
how many steamers with generators that are going to be just solid blocks of scale? I mean, can you imagine the repairs and the maintenance that's going to go on after this? I mean, are you?
Yeah, major, and also the maintenance. That's gonna blow up the maintenance part because everything has to be disinfected and cleaned and sanitized. That's gonna be a big thing. Sanitizing everything. everything's gonna be like clean this, clean that. Everything's gonna have a lot of protocols, and that I think we're gonna blow up with that big time.
Yeah, I think our planned maintenance agreements that we have are going to probably be redesigned, and
Hmm.
adding new sanitization stuff to that, deep cleans and stuff, even stuff that's going to be done after hours. We can come in and do deep cleans and provide, really just, antibacterials and new degreasers and detergents, stuff that's going to be more so effective on just cleaning surfaces and stuff like that. And I know kitchen staffs are going to be out there doing that on a regular basis, but I think there's going to have to be consistency and of these PMs more so on the equipment than ever. Because a lot of times we talk about how hard it is sometimes to sell a PM, because not everybody's
Oh
of the
yeah,
mind, like,
we
we
don't
don't
need
care,
it.
we'll be fine. It's going to change the game, I think, in the service world for PMs. You're going to see an
Mhm.
onslaught of those, and really beefing them up and doing, instead of quarterly, you might start seeing more monthly. And
Mhm.
you know, and we
I
got to
think
ramp.
we're gonna go monthly.
Yeah, I think we got to ramp up. What are your thoughts on the way we're going to be interacting with customers going forward? How are our technicians going to be interacting with customers?
That's gonna be a day to night type of thing, because now we gotta now think about they have to wear masks, gloves, and stuff like that, and the distancing, and it's gonna be different. It's gonna be very different for them. I feel really, I don't know, it's gonna be different. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah,
It's
no, it's gonna be different. Um, and switching gears, because you're also a mom. So what's going on at home? COVID-19 as a mom, what's going on at home?
Well, right now we're on spring break. Thank God for that. Shout out to all the teachers. Oh my God, I have so much respect for you. Like this virtual learning, I I like it, but then I go 50-50, because I feel like they're just reading something and answering the questions, and then now as a mom now I have to teach him like, okay, this is this, and I haven't been in school such a long time, and it's totally
Yeah.
different from when I
You
went to school.
you wouldn't want me homeschooling anybody, especially math. Yeah,
But now that like as a working mom, it's different. Like now you're spending more time with your kids. Now your home is like, that's it has a gift and a curse, because the curse is you have to homeschool, and you want to do it the right way. You don't know if you're doing it the right way.
yeah,
I email the teacher all the time, like, I don't know what's going on, what's this, what's that. But
yeah.
then you have that time, with your child. Because remember, you're at work, they're at school. You see yourself, you come home, dinner, talk a little bit, and off to bed.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's I think that could be, like you said, it could be a gift and a curse. But there's a lot of positives in it that
Yeah.
you're seeing families, especially those that might have young kids. The 2-year-olds and the newborns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is like, hey, this is time you would never have normally have, and it's unfortunate circumstances. But if you're pulling the positive out of it, you're actually having some moments you'll never get back with the family and the kids. You know.
Yeah, that's why I try to see the positive. A lot of people's like, oh my God, I'm dying to go. I'm dying. And like I see memes, oh, my kids go back to school, but you gotta make the best of it. We're all in the same boat. We're gonna pull through. We're gonna be better than ever. And we're giving the world, we're on pause.
The
We're on
whole
pause.
world's on pause. Yes, we're hitting the reset button. And we took in John and I. John is one of our parts and warehouse guys, and we took in some equipment over the last couple of weeks. So we're be ramping up for some installs. Are you
Oh
excited and
yeah,
ready for some installations?
those are awesome. Those are great.
So if we're talking, you know what, we talk about this stuff internally all the time. If we're talking installations and we're talking to the Fed Nation, which is comprised of reps and dealers and service companies and consultants, there's so many different facets here, it's the melting pot of the industry. Let's talk installations and some of the stuff that we see that might be helpful to all the channels of what we do. So from inception, when someone calls up on a Friday afternoon and says, can you do an install on a combi oven tomorrow morning? Sight unseen. What are we thinking on that stuff?
You're crazy. Well, especially when it's sight unseen, because it's not education like on the end user. They're not advising them what entails. That's what I see a lot. They think that we're just gonna pull that oven out and put that oven in, and that's it. There's like a plug in and plug out. It doesn't happen like that.
Right.
Or they have the unit in place, or they didn't know that they had to provide water, electricity. It's really hard, and and then it's time wasted. It's time wasted on them. It's time wasted on us. Money's who we're
Right.
gonna build.
Right.
Money's gone out the window because
Yeah.
we wasted their time. Our time is done. So it's not always about money, but it's just time
Right. Well,
that
the
we
thing
would
is,
never get back.
yeah, and right, we sell time. We
Exactly.
sell time, right? So, we have to when we're working on these installations and we have these different things that come up, without mentioning any names, we do different installations on combi ovens and for all different manufacturers, and we run into instances where um, there's people like things done a certain way, and
Yes.
we have our ways of doing things, and especially when we've done so many of these things, it's like, hey, listen to your service provider, listen to your service company, understand that we know the lay of the land here, and even and especially when we've done site surveys and given you the information, and you still tell us to do it another way, like, listen, you want us to do it this way, we'll do it, but understand we told you this is not going to work. And this kind of actually just happened where we talked about dimensions, and we sent out one of our senior techs. And do you remember that job?
Yes, we sent out the senior tech. There was a phone call prior the technician to do the site survey. He went, took measurements of everything, thought of every possible way, cover our tracks, had a conversation after the site survey. He explained his findings. Oh, no, we're gonna do it this way. Okay, because we want to make everybody comfortable. We're gonna try your way, but just know that this is the right way.
Yeah,
And
we accommodate.
we tried it.
We want to work with you. Yeah.
Yeah, we tried it and it didn't work. They got to remember, it's the same equipment. The only difference is the name on that door. That's the only difference. And the space, obviously, space and whatnot. It's going to get installed no matter what. It's the same drains, same thing. The only thing, like I said, is just the size. You have to, these technicians they do it a lot of times. They know what's going to happen, what's good and bad. You just got to trust them. You got to trust them.
There's got to be trust. That's one of the biggest things especially when starting new relationships and you're coming in, and this is kind of a new relationship we're talking about. You gain that trust over time, and I think that after doing that job, right? I mean, and we went back and we went back to do it the way that we originally said we should, and the gentleman said, you know what, you were right. And on the next one, it was much easier. He was like, do what you got to do. I mean, I think that's really the case. I think it's important, to build that trust. And when a customer tells you, they want you to do it a certain way because this is what they've seen over there on this store and that store, and it worked this way. You know what? Let me accommodate you. Let me show you. We'll do it your way. And if it works, great. If not, we told you this is how we want to do it. Ethan's in the background. And
welcome to my life.
That was awesome, by the way. And this is going forward from there on out. Now you have that something established. So, good service companies all across the country, a lot of them in part of Cefesa, I think they all are of the same mindset. Accommodation, reliability, availability, expertise, and putting all those things together, and knowing that especially when you're first setting out on a new relationship, you got to have a little leeway on both ends, a little empathy on both ends.
Yeah, because remember, we're going in, the restaurant is their home. We're coming into their home, new faces, new nothing. So, you want to make them feel comfortable. But then again, we know also what we're doing. So
yeah, we're also running a business.
Yes.
So, just as they have margins and they have ticket times and they have all these things that matter to them, for their customer, we have things that matter for us, for our employees, and for our customer. And getting in and getting out, efficiently and with
Mhm.
quality matters to the service guys. And when we do that and we provide that efficiency, damn, do we make the rep look good? Do we make the dealer look good? Do we make the manufacturer look good?
Everybody looks
We have
good.
a lot on our shoulders to make people look good because we're in the trench, we're in the field, we're right there with the equipment. So shout out right now to all of the service technicians still working, still in the trenches, still out there as essential workers, keeping food equipment and refrigeration and HVAC and all of that stuff continually working in this environment.
Yes, it's hard. It's rough out there. It's scary.
Your husband is still one of those guys that's out there.
Yeah, he's still running. He's still running on
Is,
emergencies. You know,
is,
it's
is he
scary, but
is he bringing back any interesting stories or what he's seeing out there? Or?
he's saying it's getting really strict, really strict. He said he went to a location and they had to call the cops because people are like, you have those people that don't care, and they just walked into the dining room and they were like, no, you got to go because they're limited people going in. Social distancing is very, I don't know in other places, but it's very big here in New Jersey.
Yeah.
They're not playing. They're not playing here.
Yeah, I was actually out last week making a supermarket run thing, and the woman was in the store without a mask on. She was standing online, and another woman walked past with her mask on, and she pulls her mask down. She said, "You think because that person had a mask, it wasn't on." She said, "You think that mask is doing anybody any good in your hand?" And this lady's like, "Mind your business." She was like, "It is my business because I'm in a public place." And you see people on edge, and I'm like, "Oh my God, is there going to be a fight here?" Jesus, everyone relax. Just
Mhm.
we are in this together. Calm down. A little bit of kindness. She could have handled it differently, but yeah, there's a lot of uneasy feelings when you're around and out people. You can see people very, meticulous now and paying attention.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are paying attention. Everybody's like their distances and who's wearing a mask and who's not. But
Yeah,
that's the way we're gonna, like they always say, flattening the curve. This is the
that's how
measures
we're
we
gonna do
have
it.
to do.
That's exactly how we're gonna do it. I've been talking with everyone. I don't know if you've been watching any of the Fed chats, but I've been. Have you been watching the Fed chats?
Yes, of course.
It's the right answer. So I've been talking about tragedy and all this craziness and stuff going on in the world, and I've been bringing that back just because I think it's interesting to hear. We all remember where we were on 9/11, and we're all going to remember where we were when this happened, which is home. But we're going to remember certain things, and when we look back on this 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now even. So maybe give everybody your 9/11 story. Where were you?
I was in high school. I was a senior, and I was in chemistry. And I remember they said, "Oh, they hit the Twin Towers," but I thought it was a hoax. I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And then the teacher managed to get a TV, and they put it on, and I'm like, "This is a movie. This is a movie," because I remember like everybody running. This is when the second tower got hit, and
What high
I'm
school?
from
Where was where?
Emerson High School, but now it's Emerson Middle School, which we service.
In
Union City.
Union City, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Union City, not a lot of people are familiar. Union City, you could see New York, like it's right across the river.
Right there.
And I remember everybody just running down the block because you could see New York. And all I remember was like a cloud of smoke. But then I also remember the unity. Everybody was so united, and I remember like people like jumping in each other's cars, like, oh my God, I need to get in contact with this person and that person. Oh, here's at that. Remember, cell phones weren't that big that back then. I remember people like handing each other cell phones, like call this one, call that one. I never seen like we were so united. And I feel like we have to, unfortunately, we can't be as united, but we have to be united. Like we were in 9/11. So we got through it. It was sad. A lot of lives were lost.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
have to stay united. We have to care for one another, be kind. It doesn't cost anybody to be kind to one another.
Doesn't.
Everybody is in this together, and we're gonna pull through. We're gonna get through, and everybody should always check up on one another. I check up on people all the time,
Yeah.
because they're talking very big on mental health.
Mental health
you
is
know.
gonna be huge coming out of this, and
Yeah.
I've been trying to stay in. I mean, me and you have stayed in touch. I have been staying in touch with everybody. I made a couple of phone calls already today, this morning. I talked to VJ. I'll be making some more calls this afternoon, trying to stay in touch with all the employees at least
Hmm.
once a week, um, to the best of my ability, making phone calls and just reaching out. And I think that's important that we stay in touch, because this is going to end, and we need to keep that in our minds, not to um, well, I mean, obviously physical distance, but not to socially distance. Stay in touch.
Stay in touch, because
Yeah,
you know what? At the end of the day, they're gonna remember who was there and who called you, who checked up on you, and
yeah,
it's only 1 minute. Say, hey, how are you? Shoot a text, make a phone call.
yeah,
How are you? How's everything?
yeah,
I talked to a few of the customers too, just to let them know I'm here. We talk, be safe.
exactly.
It's good to receive a text. Hey, be safe. I hope your family is okay. That's good to hear, because, everybody, like I said, the mental health, everybody just thinks like, it could get lonely sometimes too. Like you're thinking like, oh, but when you hear that, it makes me feel good, and I in turn give it back, because hopefully I'm making somebody's day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting messages on LinkedIn throughout the week, and people texting and reaching out and just saying, "Hey, Rich, I hope you and the family are well. Can't wait for you to get
Mhm.
business. I heard your operations are pretty slowed down, and it is a feel good, and it can make it. Some of these words that people are sending today, you really could brighten your day, and they make you smile.
Mhm.
So I encourage you, Fed Nation, to reach out to each other, reach
Yeah.
out to your fellow employees, team members. Um,
Your accounts.
just say hello. Just say
Yeah, say hello.
nothing. It doesn't have to be anything major. Um,
Yeah.
but post COVID, I don't know. I don't know when this is going to lift here in New Jersey. I'm saying I'm going to hope that we're going to be back to not full, but maybe some normalcy by mid-May, by Mother's Day.
Yeah, I hope. I
I
hope. I hope.
bringing back a tech one by one, one by one, one by one, and continually staying in touch with customers. Next week, I haven't even told you yet, but I was in the office. The hell's today? Oh, today's Friday. Tuesday when I was in the office, I was updating email lists and stuff, and putting some different things together. We're going to be reaching. I'm going to be sending out blast emails to key accounts and to just the whole database as well. Tell them to get ready, because we're going to be ready, kind of thing. And I'm going to put out a personal video message that I'll host on a platform. So yeah, we
Oh,
have to
that's
stay
good.
in touch with the customers, but
Yes.
like, we're not out of business. We're here.
And a lot of them I've gotten, like, I know you're closed. I understand. I hope everything's okay. They're telling me before I tell them, because they know the reality of it. They were like, it's hard, but a lot of customers, I must say, are very understanding.
Yeah,
Their support it's good. They always say, I know this must be rough for you guys, but we're here. We're gonna be okay.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. We're going to come out of it stronger. I have no doubt. There's so many good things like that. We're just like coming up on the pike, and um, you know, we're in a strong industry with a lot of
The good, the good thing is, I was thinking, when we come out of this, it's gonna be summertime. Imagine coming out of this in the wintertime.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
when nobody goes out. At least we're gonna come out and it's gonna be sunny. It's not like, oh my God, imagine this happening like in the summer, being stuck home all summer, then to go in the winter. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll be upset.
So I mean, that's another great point, right? Taking the positive of this. Get ready for 4th of July weekend.
Oh, can't wait.
Get ready. 4th of July weekend is going to be here before you know it. You're going to be barbecuing from
For
10 feet
sure.
away, 10 feet away from each other, throwing hot dogs across the yard, right? But at least we'll be out. We'll be out and together and doing things. It's because you don't realize the things we take for granted. Just getting up and going to a restaurant, getting up and going to work, getting up and going to the gym. You take all these
I
things.
missed the nail salon.
The nail salon, you know. I mean, yeah, but these are little things in life that we just get up and do when we've, and I think that's another great takeaway from the chaos that has happened here. Maybe we're gonna look at things from a different perspective now and be really, really extra grateful uh,
Yes.
for the little things like the nail salon. You know, that's something but that's a feel good for you, especially maybe you go on a Friday afternoon at the end of the week. You worked hard. It's like, you know what? I'm going to get my nails done. I'm going to go relax. Maybe go home, go to Cafe Bello and get yourself a glass of wine. These are all little things that you do that when you take them away, now look at us. We're just sitting at home. It's like, man, we have a lot to be grateful for when this all ends.
Yes, our health.
Our health. And by the way, speaking of being grateful, what's today?
My birthday.
Oh, it's our birthday. So happy birthday, everyone watching this. Well, actually, you'll probably be watching this a couple days later, but you can still wish Geraldine a happy birthday. And what are you, 26?
Yeah.
Forever?
Forever.
26 forever? Oh.
26 plus 11.
26 plus 11. Are you?
Mm-hmm.
I had to do the math. 26 plus 10 is 36. You're 37? Wow. Look at that. You look 26. So happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. What else should we impart here before we end this amazing Fed chat that we're having? Talking from the service perspective, do you have any thoughts on I don't know, when we get back to normalcy, tell everybody a little bit, you're running the board, you're running calls. Tell everybody a little bit about what you're doing on a daily basis. You're doing a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm running the service board, obviously. I'm running with 14 guys right now.
Yep.
And also dealing with staff that I have around me, dealing with Richard. Every day is different. That's what I like about my job. It's not the same thing. Every day is different. You have your stress days, you have your normal days, you have your crazy days, your Freaky Friday days on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
But we have great accounts. We have great people. I wouldn't change it for the world. We help everybody, and we really strive on Malachy Cares, and I think I know that. Let me take that back. I know we're not perfect. We're not. I would never say we're perfect, but I know we give that extra care. From the person on the phone to the technician on site. That was their first thing when all this was happening. Everybody's worried. It's like, oh my God, what's gonna happen to the customers? And that was like on everybody's mind. Yeah. Like nobody saw it as, oh my God, I'm gonna get sick, or oh my God, okay, what's gonna happen? Like everybody's number one thing was like, what's gonna happen to the customer? That was, and because we care so much about the customers and how they're gonna manage and how they're gonna survive this along with us. Yeah. We're all in this together. Everybody's business is declining, especially restaurants. Supermarkets. Well, they're
booming. Yeah.
They're booming more than ever. So we got it. That was what made me proud. Like I'm like, wow, like being a part of this. Like when I saw this happen, I'm like, that made me feel really good. Like, but. Oh, off track there real quick.
Yeah, but no, I mean, we're going to close this out in a second. But yeah, I mean, talking about all the stuff that you do on a daily basis, you're running 14 guys. You got customers calling, you got reps calling, we got dealers calling, we got manufacturers calling, we got tons of emails coming in. We're trying to invoice, we're trying to quote. There's a lot going on throughout the day. Yeah,
it's a lot. It's always something like something new will come up. Be like, oh my God, now you're derailed on something else. Everything. Like, oh, I'm in this install. Oh, there's no electricity. Oh, I just found this out now. I'm like, oh my God. Wow. Then I got this one. Oh, they can't get in. Oh God. Yeah. You have your crazy days. You have your good days.
I was talking with Taz about when you have like a big kitchen, especially when you have a big kitchen and you have 4 double stack, let's just say Blodgett convection ovens or something in a row. And the tech gets there and nobody knows what's what. And it takes them 40 minutes to figure out what oven it is. And it's like, these guys are on the clock. oh my God, how do you, and I told him, I said, my guys are walking around sometimes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, because nobody knows, and then and it's like, we're over here, we have a schedule to keep, and then tech calls, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I just found the oven. I'm like, oh my God. And, I'm just, and I'm looking forward to getting back to the urgency and the craziness of it. And also, I think it's going to be, we're going to go from here to here on that urgency. It's going to be crazy.
Oh
So
yeah,
make sure you're getting some rest.
yeah. I'm trying.
Because
I'm
this
trying.
is the calm before the storm right now. And I
Yeah.
would say to you, if you have anything from here that you want to last encouraging words to the group, to the Fed Nation, anything you want to say from your heart.
What I would say. Um, this group, I've never seen it like such a united group. I always read the comments. I don't really post much, but I just like how everybody helps one another. And I think that is so awesome because this is a very unique like industry and how everybody's like so united. Even before this COVID, like I always saw the unity, and I really like that. And I feel like it's gonna grow. Like we're gonna look back and we're gonna thank you, for bringing this together. Because without you, you're the glue to this. You're the glue to this.
I
And
try.
I personally, I want to thank you. I know on behalf of everybody for starting this, because this wouldn't be possible without my jefe. But um, Fed Nation, we're gonna be booming. Keep your head up. Keep your head above water. We're gonna be good in a couple of years. The next conference, we're gonna look back and laugh, and it's gonna be bigger and better, and it's gonna be awesome. And I can't wait because definitely gonna be there.
She'll be at the next one, guaranteed.
Yes, yes. I didn't get a pass to the door.
So. someone had to keep their steering the ship.
Yeah, I had to stay behind. I had to take one for the team, but
Yeah.
gladly I took that one.
So that's awesome. Happy birthday. Thank you for joining
Thank you.
me on this Fed Chat. Fed Nation, another one in the books, episode 9 with Geraldine. And if you want to be on one, please let me know. It's super important to continue to stay connected in these times. I appreciate you. I love you all. And I'll see you on the next one.